Hi kiddos. So today Edgar has been running away from me to try to not be in the story, and now he's staring awkwardly at the camera. Edgar, did you see your picture? Edgar, are you in the camera? So I'm not sure how long this will last because he's literally ignoring me all morning, knowing that I was gonna make him listen and be first story. Look, Edgar, there you are. What's over here? Edgar Allan. But I also told some of you that I was gonna try to keep him awake for the story. So he is awake, but he's not really into having the story read. Edgar, look at, this is the story we're gonna read. So, Alexander, the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. And there are a couple of other stories in this series that we'll read in the next couple of days. So here's a couple of them on the back. And this is just kind of one of those stories that, especially now that we're home and our schedules have been changed and things are a little bit different for us, some of us maybe have had terrible, horrible, no good, very bad days, but they can always get better. So this one is a fun one. We'll see how Edgar does. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. And when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on the skateboard, and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running. And I could tell it was gonna be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At breakfast, Anthony, he found a Corvette Stingray car kit in his breakfast cereal. And Nick, he found a junior undercover agent code ring in his breakfast cereal box. But in my breakfast cereal box, all I found was breakfast cereal. I think I'll move to Australia. In the carpool, Mrs. Gibson let Becky have a seat by the window. Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window too. I said I was being scrunched. I said I was being smushed. I said if I don't get a seat by the window, I'm gonna be car sick. No one even answered. I could tell it was gonna be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of the sailboat better than my picture of the invisible castle. And at singing time, she said I sang too loud. At counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his friend anymore. And he said that Philip Parker was his best friend and that Albert Moyle was his next best friend and I was only his third best friend. I hope you sit on a tack, I said to Paul. I hope the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, the ice cream part falls off the cone part and it lands in Australia. There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds, and Paul's mother gave him a piece of jelly roll that had little coconut sprinkles on the top. Guess whose mother forgot to put in dessert? It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. That's what it was, because after school, my mom took us to the dentist, and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me. Come back next week and I'll fix it, said Dr. Fields. Next week, I'm going to Australia. On the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot, and while we were waiting for my mom to go get the car, Anthony made me fall where it was muddy, and then I started crying because of the mud, and then Nick said I was just a big crybaby. While I was punching Nick for calling me a crybaby, Mom came back with the car, and she scolded me for being muddy and fighting. I'm having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day, I told everybody. No one even answered. So then we went to the shoe store to buy some new sneakers. Anthony chose white ones with blue stripes. Nick chose red ones with white stripes. I chose blue ones with red stripes. But then the shoe man said, "We're all sold out." They made me buy plain old white shoes. They can't make me wear them, though. When we picked up my dad at his office, he said I couldn't play with his copying machine, but I forgot. He also said to watch out for the books on his desk. And I mean, I was careful, except maybe for one of my elbows. He also said don't fool around with his phone, but I think I called Australia. My dad said, please don't pick him up anymore. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. There were lima beans for dinner. I hate lima beans. There was kissing on TV. I hate kissing. My bath was too hot. I got soap in my eyes. My marble went down the drain, and I had to wear my railroad train pajamas. I hate my railroad train pajamas. When I went to bed, Nick took back the pillow he said I could keep, and he took the Mickey Mouse nightlight that had burned out. And then, of course, I bit my tongue. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not with me. It's been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Mom says some days are like that. Even in Australia. So, as you can tell, Edgar did stay awake. He did, however, decide he didn't want to stay for the whole story. So, we'll try again tomorrow. Maybe he'll actually stay for the whole entire story. I think today is just a win because he actually stayed awake. So, this was Alexander Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. And tomorrow we will read one of these. Tomorrow I think we'll do Alexander, who's not, do you hear me? I mean not going to move. So I will see you later, kiddos. Bye.